Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're taking the new V2 ODEN into some Pirate Rumble with some Psy Free Spirit combination teams. Now, if you guys managed to pull the new ODEN and you have been playing some PvP, let me know in the comment section below, because I feel like I've been out of the PvP game for a little while now, and I'm still struggling to find where ODEN fits in best. I don't know if I love this particular unit in PvP, but I have been using the Strength team quite a lot, and that team is just so much fun with 6+ Super Sugofest ODEN. So I don't know if I'm kind of biased there because I've been so used to that team. But let me know if you have been running ODEN, the new V2 ODEN that is, in the comment section below, and what comp you guys are using. In today's video, we are running a predominantly Free Spirit Psy team. We are trialing some stuff with Straw Hats. I'm pretty sure I've included them in there somewhere. We've got Roger comps. We've got Wano Law comps. And then we sort of have Yamato and the Toy Soldier sort of popping off. I imagine if you have Strusen, I imagine if you have Scopper, or if you have something like Smoothie, they could also work too. And if you guys have them using, like I said, let me know in the comment section below. While you're down there, don't forget to bell the like button for me. Helps out a great deal. If you are new as well, or you haven't done so already, hit the big red subscribe button. 55% of you guys, apparently. 55% of you, that's over half, aren't subs. So YouTube's ratting you guys out. Hit the big red subscribe button. It is a great OPTC content. Most importantly, guys, enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright, so fight number 1 is actually against a Dex team. Now, with the release of the new 6+ Dofi, I have tried to include, some Dex fights, because the Dofi that actually got, the V2 Dofi that got his Super Evolution actually got a buff in Rumble. He's become one of the best nukers in the entire game. He can do so much goddamn damage. And with the Dex team, having so much defense, and then, coming in at the back end of the fight, just like Super Type Zoro does, this Dofi can just do so much damage. I've actually come up against Dofi, and he's just board wiped the absolute hell out of me. I don't know why it's taking so long. Let me fast forward this. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, I've actually been completely board wiped. With the release of Dalton as well, he's another really good nuker. Obviously, you got Sobermask, you've also got stuff like Super Type Zoro. But if you are running V2 Straw Hats, it does limit that, because then you can't run Sobermask because he's a Sanji unit. And obviously, you can't run Super Type Zoro because he's a Zoro unit. Now, Dex obviously struggles against their natural ally, which is Strength. But I did want to sort of showcase the Psy team, as the Psy team actually does fairly well, provided you can get through the team before that Dofi special can actually pop off. Because if that Dofi special does pop off, especially in the back end or the later stages of the fights, you can be in for a real bad time. You can be in for a really, really bad time. He does so much damage, as I mentioned. You can get absolutely board wiped. So as you guys see here, we are rocking the straight Psy Free Spirit comp. Everyone in this team is getting buffed. The whole team synergizes very, very well. Odin's buffing literally everyone. Everyone's getting Odin's full buff. Law is doing Law's thing. He's also what's it called? He's also nerfing Driven and Powerhouse characters too. So stuff like the Dofi, stuff like Queen, stuff like Croc, those characters are actually struggling purely because of Law's ability to reduce their special cooldown while also raising it our own. Obviously, they have some perks on their particular team as well. I haven't really looked at what that Croc actually does in Rumble. I just remember him not being very good. And obviously, they've just got the synergy that Rayleigh provides with the defensive capabilities, the haste ability that the Straw Hats can provide as well, allowing them to do a lot of damage as well as bring back their specials. But lucky for us, the Dex team doesn't do all that much damage, or it does, but it doesn't at the same time. And once Odin pops off, if you can get that action bind, it's very unlikely you can with most teams. But against the Dex team, you definitely can. And that's a big reason why I wanted to include Dex in the video, because I just wanted to showcase Odin at his best. I don't know if I love this Odin. I'll see you later, Roger's catch you guys. I don't know if I love this Odin. I think I like V1 6+ Odin Super Sugo more. That's a mouthful. Why am I doing that? I'm just going to call him V1 Odin. But yeah, that was against Dex. Let's move on to the next fight now. Alright, so the next fight is against a bit of a mirror match, actually. We're coming up against another Psy team. This Psy team actually uses the Straw Hats as well as Verse Shanks. And it's one of my favorite sort of comps that was floating around. Not the greatest comp, but with Law sort of nerfing Enel and then having Roger for that extra defense, we should be okay here. I actually haven't really watched these fights back. Obviously we win, otherwise I wouldn't be including them in the video, right? But with Law, Roger giving a lot of speed, giving a lot of cooldown, and then you've got the defensive capabilities that Odin can provide, as well as the Rebecca Toy Soldier, the Psy Free Spirit synergy works very, very nicely. As I mentioned at the start, though, let me know if you guys have stuff like Strusen, or you have stuff like Smoothie, Scopper. I'm pretty sure Scopper's a Free Spirit. I know he's maybe Slash is Striker. I'll have to double check that one. But let me know if those particular characters work quite well. I do know Strusen can give a lot of speed, and he is a free spirit. I imagine that Smoothie is a free spirit, so try and synergize with him. She might be just Slasher, but who knows. But as you can see, like, this team is predominantly made up of Slashers as well, which means Rebecca Toy Soldier is going to help out by allowing a lot of extra defense down. If you can come up against driven powerhouses as well as Slasher-like comps, you're going to be in a good time for this with this side team, because like it just works incredibly well against those particular variations, as you just have a lot of nerfing capabilities, allowing you to do a lot of extra damage. You have a lot of speed, a lot of cooldown, and with this team as well, you actually have a lot of defense, which is really, really nice. With Yamato giving the attack up as well, when Yamato pops off, as you guys know, Yamato basically just kills two things. Like, it's basically how it goes, and it can work very, very nicely. So that was the Psy, like the full Psy synergy teams. Let's move on to some more fights now. Alright, so moving on to our natural enemy against Int. This is where Psy should shine the most. I do think Psy like is really, really good lately against Int and Quick. Now, as I ramble on in like pretty much all of my PvP videos, like I said, I'm not exactly the greatest PvP guy anymore. I've been like very much out of touch when it comes to Rumble. I do think it's just not the greatest game mode. It's very money hungry. It takes a lot of gems to play. It takes a lot of gems to get units. It relies on having, like, dupes of units, like, rainbowed units. Like, I don't dislike Rumble. Like, I do enjoy doing my 3 matches a day, but I just think that the system could be way better. How it could be better? Look, I don't have the answers. But I do think that Rumble just need a little bit of a touch-up. So, when it comes to Rumble, obviously, you want to verse teams that you know you can either beat, or you want to come up against teams that you can synergize against. So, Psy, obviously, very, very good with taking down Slasher comps, taking down stuff like Int comps, taking down stuff like Powerhouse and Driven comps. And that's why I think like Psy against stuff like Dex, Int, Quick works very, very nicely. Psy against Psy can kind of struggle because Psy has just so many different options, especially with like free spirit characters. But against Strength, I did try and like come up against that nasty Strength defense team, and it just clapped me every single time. So just don't verse Strength when you are running Psy. Strength seems to be like very, very strong against Psy. You think Int would do well, but, like, Int sort of just, it doesn't do poorly, because it just has so much stalling capabilities, and it sort of can see the fight out a lot, but, with the Psy team, like, you can get a lot of damage with Yamato, you can get a lot of, like, fixed damage with, Law and Roger, you have a lot of nerfing, so you can, like, reduce their cooldowns, and if you take out Moria, like you guys just saw there, especially if you take out Moria early, you are going to be in really, really good stead. As you can see, though, we are sort of, like, in the 40-second mark. So, like, I don't know if we'd say that that's early, but, I mean, it's definitely not late compared to some of the, like, fights that the Int team can sort of, like, drag the fight out onto. Fortunately, it just has so much defense, and, like, Reiju is just, like, she's doing damage over time, she's healing back up, she's putting up defense, and it's just very, very frustrating. I don't like fighting the Int team. The Int team just sort of, like, if you do your matches, if you enjoy watching Pirate Rumble, versus the Int team or versus the Dex team, because, like, you will be sitting there for a while watching the goddamn fight. But, like, as a defensive team, it's always been good. It's just that this Psy team, it should be better. I'm, like, looking at the timer, and I'm still starting to sweat. Like, I recorded these, like, a couple days ago, because I just don't want to spend gems on Rumble. So I try and do my runs, like, these recordings over consecutive days. And I think I did this one, like, on the first day. Can't really remember now. We're running very short on time here. Like, very, very short on time. The Yamato and the Whitebeard special is going to have to clutch it for us. Using Nukas on your bench obviously works really, really nicely. Kogara Nolan, I would probably swap. Oh, do we get wiped here? Oh, no, we lost Yamato. Does this get timed out? Or does Dalton save the day? Using Nukas on the bench is, like, awesome, especially when you're coming up against 8-man teams. Ideally, don't verse 8-man teams. Yeah, Dalton saved the day. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I love this new Dalton, man. He's so good. Such a good bench unit. Really, really good. If you are doing Rumble, obviously don't verse 8-man teams. It's just not in your best interest. But look, we did get the dub. That team was actually pretty stacked. Like, very stacked. So let's move on to another fight now. Alright, so the next fight is against sort of like a Free Spirity kind of comp. Free Spirits have been running around quite frequently lately because of the Straw Hat Pirates. And because their Straw Hat Pirates V2 boost strength and dex, it actually works quite nicely building teams because there's a lot of synergy there. You do have stuff like Yamato. You also have like the Free Spirit team with like Ace Sabo, which works quite nicely as well. So you have a lot of options. You have stuff like Rayleigh. You have stuff like Verse Ace. There's just a lot to work with when we're talking Free Spirits. But I did find this kind of janky ass defensive team I don't think it's a terrible defensive team. I don't think it's a great defensive team, but I definitely think it's going to bait a few people. So I thought, let's go up against that. We have some... no, actually we don't. I'll say we can have some slashes there, but we actually don't. And I was going to say we have some powerhouses, but Jack's actually just like a striker and a fighter, so like that doesn't matter either. So, like, we're both kind of coming into this fight with like an even playing field. Ace Sabo can do a lot of damage, and that paralysis can kind of suck. But with our team, we are running the Straw Hats for this particular comp. Now, the idea that I wanted to put together with the Straw Hats was to ideally get the Straw Hats special to pop off first, and then give the haste ability to everyone else and get them to use their specials, as the Straw Hats were on a 28-second cooldown and everyone else is on a higher cooldown. Unfortunately, we had a little bit too much speed, and because of that, Straw Hats would attack, and then on the rotation when they would come back, they wouldn't have their special like ready, or everyone else would pop their special after them, which is not bad. Like, it's not a bad thing, because Straw Hats can just still do so much damn damage, but it just didn't work the way that I wanted it to. So I'm still sort of testing whether like the Straw Hats is a good option with something like Law, or the Straw Hats is really good with something like Roger, or if just running that straight Free Spirit Psy comp that you guys saw in the first couple of fights is just the best way to go. And just sort of stick with that full synergy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are running if you guys are trying this. From the video as well, let me know what you see as well, and if you think that like one team is like operating better or will operate better. For all you Rumble brains out there, shout out to my boy Rumble Scratch, rest in peace. Let me know if you guys have any ideas as well, because I'd love to know. Like I said, I've been out of the Rumble area for a little while now, and I've sort of just been playing around, testing some stuff, getting frustrated with Rumble, and here we are, I guess. So, got one more fight. Let's wrap it up, and let's see what the final fight has in store. Oh, I'm so glad I managed to find one of these fights. Yes, we have a mono quick team, and it is driven powerhouse centric, so that way we slipped in my boy Wano Law, the GOAT of Rumble, just ages like goddamn fine line when it comes to this game mode. He has not missed a beat since his release when it comes to Rumble. The beautiful thing about Law is he nerfs powerhouse and he nerfs driven, which means that we can actually take down Akainu, Shiryu, Kaido, Magellan, just all of those big nasty boppers that were riding over Rumble for so long. They tremble at the sight of Law. Look at Law, he got 10 cooldown. Another thing that I wanted to note with the Straw Hat crew as well, the reason I wanted to include them is they give 2 turns of special cooldown to the entire crew, which is great. Well, to free spirits, I should say. And then they buff strength and dex characters, which no one else is, unless like Dalton comes in. But that special cooldown is really, really nice. But again, it defeats the aspect of wanting to run them, have them pop off their special. It actually works here, though. Pop off their special, get them to do a bunch of damage, give everyone haste, and then have like ODEN use his special, and then have like Yamato use her special, and then have like Law use his special. And then that way you just sort of like clean sweep and just like destroy everything. Unfortunately, wasn't meant to be. Straw Hats kind of would always pop off at least after something like ODEN, or after something like Yamato, after something like Law. And whilst that was still fine, it just meant that, like, the idea to, like, just absolutely, like, clean house just wasn't on the cards. But it's going to wrap up the video, guys, anyway. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. And while you're down there, don't forget to belt the like button for me if you're new to the channel as well. Hit that big red subscribe button. But, guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's